All right, today we're out here hunting wild clay in Montana, and I've got my grandson with me. And so today we're gonna be talking about bringing kids wild clay hunting.
From the mud.
I think it's never too early to get kids started having adventures outdoors. And so as we go about our day, that was a big sneezer. And so today, as we go about our adventure, finding wild clay and exploring for wild clay, we're gonna bring you along, and I'm gonna talk to you about the 5 tips for bringing kids on wild clay adventures. So the first tip is safety first when you're out here with kids. You want to make sure, you've got the right gear. You've got sturdy shoes to protect their feet. You've got maybe a hat to keep the sun off, sunscreen, insect repellent if that's necessary. And then again, check the environment, right? You don't want to take them up a hill that, they could slide down and get hurt. You don't want to, take them across any deep channels where they can fall in and these kind of things. So scan the environment, make sure that the place where they're collecting clay or hiking around is safe, and then make sure they have the right equipment. Also, keep your eyes out for dangerous animals like rattlesnakes, scorpions. These are things you can often find when you're digging in the ground looking for clay. So the first tip is always safety first for the kids, and then also for yourself.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That is photo. First, you put it in a bag. You can keep digging for clay. Wow!
The next tip is preparation and planning. You've got to plan ahead, figure out where you're going, check out the weather, make sure that it's going to be fun for the kid, that it's not going to be too hard. The difficulty as far as how far you're hiking and how steep the terrain is, these kind of things. And then preparation, make sure you bring the right stuff, right? With the age of kid I'm dealing with, I got to bring a diaper bag. I got to have diapers and wipes. Every kid's gonna need snacks, maybe a picnic lunch. Just make sure you have the stuff you need. Not to mention the stuff you need for the clay, right? So you need bags or buckets to put clay in. You need something to write on it so you can mark where it came from. Make sure you take good notes so that you know where the clay came from. If you like the clay, you can go back and collect it and not go, hey, this is good clay. I wonder where the heck I dug this at. Preparation and planning are good anytime you're going wild clay hunting, but especially when you're bringing kids, because you want them to have a good time. Right here, bud. We're gonna dig this gray stuff up here, up high, see? Get up here and dig right in there. Dig it up good. Here, let me help you. We'll dig it up real good. Right there, see? Some nice looking clay, huh?
Papa, is it this way?
Yeah, use the sharp end. The third tip is to engage the child's curiosity. Although you want to make it educational, you can't focus so much on education that the kid doesn't have time to just explore and check things out on their own. And so in some ways, you kind of have to let the kid kind of be in charge of the expedition. If they're interested in this one thing, let them do that. Let them spend as much time as they want on that particular element. And so we can take the time to teach them what clay is, how to identify it, talk to them about what we're doing. But don't make it so educational that they're not having a good time. And that's going to be very dependent on the age of the child, right? So with my grandson here, he's pretty small. So I'm just letting him kind of find what he thinks is interesting and do that. With older kids, of course, you can spend more time talking to them about what you're looking for and maybe focus more on the clay. But what you want is for the kid to have a good time. You want them to have such a good time that they're going to ask to come do this again and again. If you make it a chore, it's going to be the kind of thing that they're not going to want to do in the future. So let the kids' curiosity kind of drive the expedition. Not make the clay maybe the most important thing, especially with young kids. What, buddy? Right in here.
La la loo, la la boo. Little
The fourth tip I want to give you is the same thing I tell a lot of people when we come out into the wilds to collect wild clay, and that is that we don't want to make a nuisance of ourselves. We don't want to dig a big hole that's going to be ugly, or somebody's going to turn their ankle in. We don't want to disrupt the landscape, especially like this when you're on public land. You want to leave no trace. Same as if you're camping or backpacking, right? You want to come out here and enjoy nature, maybe take a little bit of nature home with you, but you don't want to leave a mess for people, right? You don't leave garbage. You don't disturb plants. Try to dig clay from a place where you're not disturbing any living thing, where you're not, digging up plants that are thriving and blooming and such, places where it's exposed, like in a cut bank or in a road cut. Come on, buddy. Give me 1 second. And so even with little ones like this, again, you could start at an early age to teach them that when you come out here to collect minerals, that you do so in a way that doesn't disturb nature. Teach them to appreciate and respect nature. It's a great lesson to leave them with. And like I said, you can start at a very early age so that it's ingrained in them as they grow up. Okay. Ready? Hey, 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3, go.
Jump.
Let's do it again.
Okay, we'll do it one more time. Ready, set, jump. Hey, you didn't go. You fell.
I fell jump.
The last thing to remember is keep it fun and positive, okay? Little kids, even big kids, they're gonna start having not fun if you make the focus the clay. Make the focus having a good time, let the clay be secondary. They're gonna have short attention spans. Go with that. Don't try to force their attention any longer than they have it, because as I said earlier, we want them to have a good time so they wanna come out and hunt clay again in the future. They're gonna get tired and cranky. Again, very age appropriate. You can have a teenager out here for hours. But with a little one like this, you're probably not even gonna go half a day. When they start getting tired and cranky, take a break or go home. And again, don't forget those snacks we packed. Make sure they have time to sit and enjoy a snack and a drink, and keep it lighthearted. Tell stories, sing songs, whatever it takes to kind of keep the momentum being upbeat and positive and fun. If you'd like to get a more serious discussion about clay hunting, what to look for, where to look, I cover that in this video right over here. I appreciate you coming with me today. I appreciate you coming to Montana with me this summer. We'll catch you next time. Stick it up, go, thumb up. Yeah, next time.
I was doing this.
Yeah, those are cool rocks, huh?
I break it.
You did break it. They're very colorful. Look, there's orange ones.